I know for a fact I was clearing 100,000 every day. Now, the day I woke up and I only made like 40,000, I'm like, Come when I was little. Matter of fact, my mother is here actually. Mom,
Let's get him about his eye right now.
How old was I when I lost my eye? This is the right answer. 6 months old. I was 6 months when I got glaucoma.
Man, it's wild how fast life can flip on you. That was Fetty Wap, once the king of the charts, dropping hit after hit like it was nothing. He had the fame, the cash, the spotlight. Then boom, out of nowhere, everything started crashing down. It went from sold-out shows to court dates and serious struggles behind closed doors. So what really happened to the trap king who went from cooking beats to getting caught up in heat? Back in 2014, this local rapper out of Paterson, New Jersey, came out swinging with a street anthem about hustling with his ride or die, Trap Queen.
Bro, sleeping in the car and I'm watching my baby sister lips turn purple while my father somewhere trying to make something happen. Right. Bro,
that track straight up changed the game. It hit #2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even snagged him a diamond plaque. That's no small flex. Next thing you know, Fetty was breaking records. He became the first male rapper since Slim Shady to have 3 major hits in the Billboard Top 20 all at once. That's some legendary stuff right there. But behind the fame, Willie Jr. Maxwell II, yeah, Fetty's real name, was battling deep wounds from early on.
So now we go, like I was saying, like I know for a fact I was clearing 100,000 every day. Now, the day I woke up and I only made like 40,000, I'm like, some shit ain't right.
At just 6 months old, he lost his left eye to congenital glaucoma, a rare condition that caused pressure to build up in his eye. That left him looking different. And growing up in the streets of Paterson, that made him a target. Kids stayed testing him, and it got heated. There was even a time he chucked a whole desk at another kid for coming at him.
I had a lot of apartments. Like,
why?
I don't fucking
Just for everybody or just for you?
I just really like, I didn't like staying in hotels. Like, I don't like hotels. I don't like people who just could knock on my door when they feel like it, you know what I'm saying?
He went through reconstructive surgery at 12, but by 18, he made a bold move, ditched the prosthetic and rocked his real self. He said forget trying to hide it and made it part of his brand. But don't get it twisted. That journey wasn't smooth. Not at all. Fetty came up hard, for real.
Let's say we go to the mall, right?
Yeah.
At this time, I love robbing jeans, right?
Yeah,
They're talking about $500 a pair of jeans.
Tell me they gave you some type of...
Of course, we still cool to this day, bro. That's my guy.
Took care of you.
You'll see people like this.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So if you buy yourself, you gonna look like just a greedy, selfish...
So then the type of I'm like, all right, everybody grab a pair. And then my worst shopping experiences was Barney's when the Balmain came out.
Yeah.
We're talking about $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 pair of jeans, bro.
He was broke as a joke growing up, dropped out of school and hit the streets, hustling just to stay alive. He ain't even have a bed to sleep on. I was lucky to have a carpet, he told The Guardian, keeping it all the way raw about those early days. And while he was out grinding, he still remembers watching his baby sister struggle while their dad was always chasing that next paycheck. It was rough.
What?
The most I saw in my account,
yeah, just
22.
Like 22, like 2.22 million.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah, I spent a lot too. I ain't gonna lie.
I saved a lot of money, bro.
22 million.
I saved a lot.
But when Trap Queen popped off, everything changed overnight. That track didn't just make noise, it shook the whole industry. Fetty got signed to 300 Entertainment, and by 2015, he was running the game. His debut album shot straight to the top of the Billboard 200, and tracks like 679, My Way, and Again had every block jumping.
How much is the most you ever got for one show?
For one show?
Yeah.
Like $375.
God damn it. In the United States, no way. Had to be like some Dubai.
No, United States.
For real?
Dubai was more.
Awards started rolling in too. Billboard Music Award, iHeartRadio Music Award for Top New Artist, and even 2 Grammy nominations. Fetty was on fire. But just as his star was rising, tragedy hit. On September 26, 2015, back in Paterson, he tried to zip past a car on his motorcycle and ended up crashing head-on. His leg was shattered in 3 spots. 3.
Oh, love, man. Love and time, bro. Money don't mean nothing. And trust me on that, bro. You don't want to ever be looked at as the person with money. You want to be looked at as dad. You give your kid, it's time, bro. Word up.
Nah, that's real. That's
so.
Because
if I had to give you any advice, bro, when they come, you spend as much time as you possibly could, because you can never, ever, ever get that back.
He got rushed to the hospital, but still showed love to his fans on the gram, saying, "I broke my leg in 3 places, but I'll be all right." But that wasn't all. Cops slapped him with tickets. No license, no insurance, no registration. Classic struggle when you're still learning how to navigate that sudden come-up. Still, Fetty wasn't hurting for cash. In one interview, he admitted the money was coming in crazy. He was stacking like never before, buying houses coast to coast, flexing a whole lineup of cars, and throwing cash on designer gear for his whole crew. Man was living like a king. Fetty never moved solo, he rolled deep. Sometimes rolling up with a full 30-man squad, all living off his dime.
Out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the worst possible feeling I could ever have, because they always say you're not supposed to question God. Right? But 4 years old, no health problems. What the, like
why?
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so many questions.
Dude was dropping $150,000 a month just to keep the whole crew dripped out. Designer jeans for everybody like it was no big deal. At his financial peak, Fetty was stacking millions like Monopoly money. "I saved a lot of money from shows," he once said. But the numbers he pulled in were next level. When someone asked what his biggest check was for one show, Fetty threw out a number that left folks speechless. No cap, Dubai type of money.
I thought she's the one that got me out of it, bro. You look at these pictures and she's always smiling, just like her daddy.
Right.
No matter what she go through, she's smiling, just like her daddy.
But behind all that flashy living, his personal life was getting real complicated. Fetty had 6 kids with 5 different women. It went like this: Aiden, born in 2011 with Ariel Reese, then Xavier in 2015 with Lejai Ziona, Kari in 2016 with Masika Kalisha, Amani also in 2016 with Elena Parker, Lauren, born in 2017 with Turquoise Miami, and Zai in 2018, again with Lejai Ziona. His co-parenting vibes, mixed bag. Some baby mamas said he was solid and stayed involved. Others, not so much. There was drama on and off, and his love life stayed making headlines.
I'm like, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 30,000. Hey, we want to book Fetty for 50,000. I'm like, what the? I actually made one. Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up with platinum in maybe like 2 weeks.
In 2019, Fetty tied the knot with model Leandra K. Gonzalez. But that marriage was short-lived, ending in divorce less than a year later, no kids involved. Then things really heated up when a sex tape featuring Fetty and his ex, Alexis Sky, leaked online in January 2017. That mess brought more chaos and headlines he didn't need. Still, through all the noise, Fetty spoke out about being a real dad. He said parenting wasn't just about sending money. It was about showing up and being there for your kids. But in 2020, life hit him hard. His brother, Tishon Twy Depew, was shot and ended in October.
Like, when I started looking at my bills, like when I started paying myself, like, I'm like, what the f? I'm paying $10,000 a month for car insurance. Like, I'm like, well, what I'm doing that for? I'm only driving about 2-3 of these motherfuckers.
That loss crushed Fetty. He poured his heart out on Instagram, showing the world just how deep that pain ran. But the heartbreak hit even harder in June 2021. Fetty's 4-year-old daughter, Lauren Maxwell, tragically passed away. The cause? A fatal cardiac arrhythmia brought on by a congenital heart condition she was born with. Straight up devastating. Fetty was down in Miami when he got the soul-crushing news through FaceTime from Lauren's mother, Turquoise Miami. He later said it was the worst thing that ever happened to him. Period. Even though he was shattered inside, Fetty still took the stage at Rolling Loud Miami just days later. He dedicated his whole set to Lauren and poured his heart out on social media with emotional tributes. Turquoise also shared her own words about their daughter, calling Lauren an amazing, beautiful, funny, vibrant, loving, talented, smart, and hard-headed princess mermaid Aquarius. The love was deep, and the pain was even deeper. The loss sent Fetty into a dark place, no doubt. But somehow, he tried to hold on, pulling strength from Lauren's memory. Fans on Reddit showed major love during that time. One person wrote, "It's gotta be super hard to lose a child and then have to show up for a crowd of thousands and try to make them happy."
But that's like yesterday, I took out $100,000 and I was about to fly to Cali. And when I landed I was flying to Cali. And when I landed out there, because we was doing my daughter's birthday that weekend, I think, and I went to the bank again And that was like, hold. And I'm like, what the do that mean? Like,
So you try to take money out and they're like, oh no, there's a hold on it.
yeah. And then I went to call to my other account, like, yo, can you send me this? He's like, yo, bro, I gotta talk.
Another added, Jesus Christ, man. Didn't his brother die last year? Stay strong, Fetty. And they weren't wrong. This loss hit different. It came at a time when his career was already spiraling. The trap queen wave that launched him into the spotlight, long gone. Fetty was already dealing with the weight of losing family, falling off the charts, and now, this.
What you talking about? And yeah, so I think for 6 months, I was broke, bro.
Damn, they had your whole account on freeze. It wasn't like no taxes shit.
He was battling loss after loss, both personal and professional, and the hits just kept coming. By 2017, the shine that once made Fetty Wap the hottest name in the game started to dim. The same dude who had the whole chart on lock was now dropping tracks that just weren't landing like before. Songs like Jimmy Choo in 2016 only hit number 65. Wake Up peaked at 50, and Kiki in 2018 hit 43. But none of them matched that crazy 2015 run.
Now I grew into my daughter's favorite artist. I know my daughter's favorite artist. I know what she loves to do. She's a visco girl, bro. She loves to wear the big clothes.
Fetty knew something was off when his daily stacks started looking way smaller than what he was pulling in at his peak. He tried to catch another wave. His 2016 single, Wake Up, went platinum, and for a second it seemed like the comeback was on. But just as quick as it rose, that momentum disappeared. Word on the street, and from Reddit heads deep in the industry, was that Fetty slipped for a few reasons. Some said he didn't evolve his sound while hip-hop was shifting. Others blamed 300 Entertainment for not handling his career right. Some fans even thought his flow started sounding the same on every track. Not everyone agreed, but the talk was loud. Fetty kept it real in a 2021 interview with Fat Joe.
Ladies, when it was time for her to be Tom, you catch my drift, I was the first person to know, bro.
Right.
It wasn't her mom. She called me first in school.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting on the phone with my daughter. We both crying. I'm like, she's crying because she's a little embarrassed. I'm crying because my girl is now my baby girl.
He said straight up, the people I had around me wasn't experienced. Nobody was experienced, honestly. He called it homeboy management and admitted he was paying for tour expenses and other major costs out of his own pocket, even though he had a record deal. That pressure started messing with his head. I kind of got depressed in a sense, he confessed. And with that, Fetty started fading from music, stepping back from the spotlight. But while he chilled, the bills kept stacking. And that flashy lifestyle, it was draining him fast.
Get around anybody that got a kid and be dad.
Be they dad.
You know what I'm saying? I could play daddy all day.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's yours, it's my dad. Like, not your dad.
They proud to say it's my dad.
Exactly, my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm somebody's father.
Then came the real blow. His accounts got frozen with no warning. No access to his money. Nothing. When COVID shut the world down in 2020, it made everything worse. No more live shows and streams weren't cutting it. Touring was where the real bag came from. And with that gone, Fetty was stuck, cornered by stress and money problems. By 2023, he was giving interviews from behind bars. Fetty kept it real. He said once fans stopped buying his music, he went back to the life he knew before the fame. That meant the trap. And that decision caught up with him fast. On October 29th, 2021, just before he was supposed to hit the stage at Rolling Loud in New York, the feds rolled up on him at Citi Field and took him down.
I know how to cook. Make the pancakes we crush up the Fruity Pebbles and we put them in the mix and.
Oh, you get fancy with
I
it.
get busy because I want to be that person.
Right.
I want to be Superman.
He got slapped with serious charges, accused of being part of a major drug trafficking ring. We're talking over 100 kilos of coke, heroin, fentanyl, and crack getting moved through Long Island and Jersey between 2019 and 2020. This wasn't some street corner hustle. This was organized, big time.
On it.
The butterfly effect, bro. The reason I chose the butterfly effect, a lot of people would think it had something to do with my daughter, my daughter Lauren that passed. That was, out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the worst possible feeling I could ever have because
when the feds made their move, they seized $1.5 million in cash, 16 kilos of coke, 2 kilos of heroin, a pile of fentanyl pills, a stash of weapons, and ammo. They said the substances were getting shipped from the West Coast using USPS and hidden compartments in cars. The operation was tight until it wasn't. But this wasn't Fetty's first run-in with the law. Back on November 2nd, 2017, he got arrested in Brooklyn for drunk driving and drag racing. He ended up copping a plea to misdemeanor reckless endangerment, paid a $500 fine, had his license suspended for 90 days, and had to take driving classes.
If all the artists, if as many artists that I've helped throughout these years promoted mine the way I promoted theirs,
Right.
I would have the #1 album in the world
Today.
Yeah, I would. The Butterfly Effect will be the #1 album out right now.
He dodged jail that time. Then in 2019, he was arrested again in Vegas for allegedly putting hands on hotel staff. But those charges ended up getting dropped. As for the drug case, Fetty first pleaded not guilty and posted a $500,000 bond to get out. But freedom didn't last long. In August 2022, his bail got snatched after prosecutors said he flashed a gun and made threats during a FaceTime call in 2021.
Saying maybe they're not doing what they supposed to do.
My job is to be a rapper. I stopped trying to do everybody else's job. Word. I only got one job, is to go record music and make good music and hand it to them. Their job is to make sure everybody else get it. That's not my job.
Right.
So I'm only supposed to do interviews. I was supposed to do shows. I was supposed to go make music.
Right.
That's my job.
That move got him locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where they kept him in protective custody because of his celeb status. Then, on August 22nd, 2022, Fetty changed his plea to guilty, admitting to conspiracy to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine. That plea came with a mandatory minimum of 5 years behind bars. Fetty's legal team tried to make it clear he only went back to the streets because COVID hit hard and the money dried up. They said he was just trying to take care of his family, but the court wasn't trying to hear all that. On May 24th, 2023, U.S. District Judge Joanna Sabert hit Fetty with 6 years in federal prison plus 5 more years of supervised release. Prosecutors didn't hold back. They wanted more time. They claimed Fetty was using his fame to make the drug game look cool, saying he was glorifying it instead of walking away from it.
And I say that because everything was authentic, bro. It wasn't perfect. It was authentic. Right. That made it real, bro.
But Fetty stood up and owned it. Me being selfish in my pride put me in this position today, he told the court. He apologized for the pain he caused to his fans, his community, and especially his family. He said his only goal was to support the people he loved. I only ever wanted to help my family, he told the judge. The case had 6 defendants total, including Fetty. His 4 co-defendants, Anthony Leonardi, Robert Leonardi, Brian Sullivan, and Kavon Wiggins, all took plea deals too and were still waiting on their sentences. One of them, Anthony Leonardi, was actually a former New Jersey corrections officer who flipped and started pushing coke for the operation. He got hit with 72 months in March 2023. Even the judge admitted this one was tough. Judge Siebert said Fetty's case was one of the hardest in her 30-year career. She pointed out the crazy contrast. Here's a guy who had everything: talent, fame, a strong support system. And he still threw it away getting mixed up in heavy crimes. It was a wild twist. Fetty made it out the trap, lived the dream most people wish for, only to end up right back in that life. Fans were split. Some felt for him, others were disappointed. But either way, the fall from grace was impossible to ignore. A lot of people were straight up confused. Like, why would Fetty risk it all? On Reddit, one user said, "I never understand these people. Like, you've just made millions from your hits, and you can probably keep making more millions by touring and playing the same songs that got you the first millions. Instead, you run substances, period. And some folks were even less forgiving."
I suggest people like to really break down that record and listen to it, bro. Like, I'm really at so much peace with so much pain and heartache that still linger around me.
Another commenter came in hot saying his lawyer said he turned to selling substances during the pandemic because there were no opportunities for shows. 1, even before the pandemic, he would flake on the ones he had scheduled. 2, I'm sorry, I can't feel bad for someone who earned millions at one time but couldn't invest it properly or keep afloat. 6 years is a good deal, honestly. Twitter didn't hold back either. One post read, "These rappers make bread from music. Why are they still trapping?" And another user joked, "Rappers trying not to throw their life away by selling substances. Challenge, difficulty, impossible." But even while locked up, Fetty refused to let the music die. In November 2023, he dropped his third studio album, King Zoo, featuring a verse from Coi Leray. From behind bars, he still showed the world that music was in his blood. Then in early 2025, something unexpected happened. His old hit again started blowing up on Instagram Reels and TikTok. The internet brought new life to the 2015 banger, and just like that, people were bumping Fetty all over again. But here's the catch. Being locked up meant he couldn't ride that wave. No shows, no press runs, no live performances. He was stuck watching from the inside while his name started buzzing on the outside. The love was still there, but he couldn't move on it. Even with all the legal chaos, Fetty's been staying solid. Word is, while locked up, he's been keeping his head straight, working out, focusing up, and plotting his next music moves.
I'm at peace as much as I can be.
I was gonna say, is it 100% at peace? About 85% at peace?
I say, like, if I had to choose, bro, if I really had to put a number on it, man, it'd be 1730.
Industry names like 50 Cent and Coi Leray have shown love, keeping his spirit lifted during this tough chapter. As of April 2025, Fetty's still sitting in the Federal Correctional Institution out in Sandstone, Minnesota, with a release date locked in for March 13th, 2027. Rumors started flying about an early release, but Fetty shut that down in February 2025. He reposted his sister Divinity Maxwell's IG story, clearing the air with just a few words. He's not out yet. Instead of stressing, Fetty says he's found peace behind those walls, leaning into music, staying grounded. For a man who once flexed about making $100,000 a day, life now is a whole different vibe. Concrete walls, a tight schedule, and barely any contact with the outside world. It's a far cry from sold-out shows and flashing lights. But even behind bars, the Zoo Gang frontman is proving he's cut from a different cloth. He's keeping his mental strong and gaining real perspective on what matters most. From his prison cell, Fetty's still trying to connect with fans through the occasional social post and surprise music drops. But it's his growth as a man that's been standing out, especially when he opens up about fatherhood. Being away from his kids hit him deep, but it taught him something too.
Speaking of time, in a recent post you put, "I'm on borrowed time." Some people took that as, oh, Fetty Wap is on borrowed time, he's going back to jail. I took it as he's talking about he's on God's time. Is there, what was the meaning about that, "I'm on borrowed time"?
No comment.
No comment. And we keep.
He's realized that being a dad ain't just about throwing stacks their way. It's about presence, real connection, the kind of stuff money can't buy. He talks about moments that mean everything to him, like when his daughter reached out first during a big milestone. That hit different. Fetty now speaks on the difference between being a provider and being an actual father. That mindset shift, it's real. And it's got him leveling up even from behind bars, learning, reflecting, and even stepping up his domestic game just to be a better man for his kids. Fetty's growth as a father is just one part of a bigger transformation, one that's been pushed forward by his time behind bars and the heartbreaking loss of his daughter, Lauren. Through all the pain, it looks like Fetty's finally starting to appreciate the things he once took for granted. Even locked up, he never let go of the music. In November 2023, he dropped his third studio album, King Zoo, showing he's still all in when it comes to his craft. That project featured a collaboration with Coi Leray, marking another step in his evolution as an artist. And it wasn't just a random drop, this was a statement. Before heading to prison, Fetty also released The Butterfly Effect in 2021, an album close to his heart, coming after the death of his daughter. The name meant something real. He talked about the butterfly effect idea, how even small decisions can lead to major changes. It was a metaphor for everything he'd been through. He called it, "Really Like My Life Story," as much as I could give in 17 songs. Deep and personal, but still keeping some things close to the chest. But one thing that's been bugging him, the way the industry has treated his music since he got locked up. Fetty doesn't feel like his work is getting the shine it deserves. The promo, weak. And he's been vocal about it. He laid it out plain. There's a difference between what he does as an artist and what the label's supposed to handle when it comes to pushing the music. That's what I'm saying. Artist, he said, making it clear he's tired of carrying the full weight alone. That take shows a new level of maturity from Fetty, a big shift from the early days when he was doing everything himself and burning out. These days, it's less about chasing chart toppers and more about keeping it real. He's proud of the work he's putting out, and now it's about staying true to himself, whether the industry plays along or not. Even with everything he's been through, there's proof Fetty Wap's fan base still rides for him. In January 2025, his 2015 hit Again started going viral on Instagram Reels and TikTok, showing that the streets haven't forgotten. That track still hits years later, proving his music got staying power. While locked up, Fetty's been keeping a more philosophical mindset. He says he's found a strange kind of peace, even after losing 2 brothers, his daughter, and his grandparents. That's a heavy list of losses, but somehow he's managed to hold on and keep pushing. You'll still catch little pieces of the old Fetty shining through too, like his nod to 1738, the number that's become a signature tag in his music. It's playful, a throwback to his roots, and shows that even with everything he's facing, he hasn't lost his humor or identity. One post that had fans buzzing was when he wrote, "I'm on borrowed time." That had people speculating like crazy. Was he talking about his sentence? A possible early release? Nobody really knows. When asked, he kept it low-key and didn't offer an explanation. But for now, we keep it moving. As of April 2025, Fetty's still doing time at the Federal Correctional Institution in Sandstone, Minnesota, with a release date set for March 13th, 2027. He already shut down rumors of early release back in February, saying he's still serving his time. Still, Fetty's staying focused, working out, planning his next music chapter, and staying grounded thanks to support from people like 50 Cent and Coi Leray. They've had his back while he navigates this tough season. Thanks for rocking with us on this deep dive into Fetty Wap's journey. If you liked this video, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share it with your people. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's next, and we'll catch you in the next one.